Hey there. Welcome to the Introduction to Foundation Step 1 video. So this is Foundation Step 1, and I just want to bring up some key points, reminders, notes. You'll see me holding these a lot. And welcome again. And so I hope you enjoyed and got some insight out of the Intro to Foundation Steps section, and that you have maybe established an intention or intentions for being here and going through this course for 10 weeks to 10 months. And so we start. Foundation Step 1, becoming aware of being aware through mindfulness. And this is where the foundation of being self-aware and building attention and focus through awareness and mindfulness practices. And one of the key teachings is the anchors, which we're able to return over to again and again. And anchors, just like when we're in the rough seas of waters, drop the anchor. Keeps us from being so rough. And the main practice in Foundation Step 1 is connecting with the anchors meditation, which I will discuss a little later in a few minutes. But so the anchors are the way or the step where we start building awareness and attention and focus. And these are ways to ground ourselves. And so the main anchors are the breath, connecting with the breath, the posture, the body, sound, and our visual field. And I will discuss these anchors more in depthly in the section of connecting with the anchors, but they all benefit. And this is where we start developing choices and having options are anchors. Remember this, your practice is personal. So we practice and then you develop your own practice. Discover what works for you, okay? I talk about the wandering mind, and we all do it. What ifing about the future, remembering about the past, future past, future past, future past, future past, rarely in the present. Well, the wandering mind's a teacher. It's very useful because we become aware of when the mind wanders through mindfulness, and we bring it back to the anchors. Doing this over and over builds the self-awareness, attention, and focus. With that being said, I also want to let you know some trauma-sensitive tips. And, ways, even if you don't necessarily think you have trauma, but we all deal with stress. And I don't know how many times in my life I've heard people say, I want to meditate, but I'm not able to sit with all the racing thoughts and everything. So remember this. The main meditation of connecting with the anchors is 30 minutes and 45 minutes, with and without music. So there's 4 versions of it. Once you get the structure of it, you don't have to do it as long. You can shorten the time, 20 minutes. And so how we deal with, give options when some of the adverse effects of mindfulness meditation come in, like I can't sit with myself, or intrusive thoughts, or severe body pain, is the anchors, learning the anchors and learning to shift from the wandering mind and ruminating to back to the anchor. So the anchors, opening up the eyes is powerful when we meditate. If things get overwhelming, you can actually back off, come back to it later. 10 minutes. Try to get about 20 minutes. But remember, this is where we challenge ourselves when we meditate. Also, but it's okay to back off. And one of the ways I do that is by I open up my eyes and find something in my visual field, and I find that as an anchor, a focal point of awareness, like the others I explained, the breath, posture, body, and sound. So I do want to say this too, because this is all about inner connection, connecting with my inner self. And this inner connection allows me for outward connection to bring my practice from inward and then bring it outward to the informal part, to a life. And this is where I talk briefly about connection. And I've said it before in the videos in the intro to foundation steps is connection is part of healing. And when I don't want to connect and I want to be left alone and isolate, that can be okay too, but really that tells me I need to connect with people, places, or things, or maybe just take a walk. And so you are not alone, remember that. And so we connect through people, places, things, or pleasurable activities, and connection is healing. Another key point is, and I've said this before, gratitude. And gratitude is my foundation. And gratitude is active. Right? My mind likes to focus on negativity and things like that. What ifs, the wandering mind, past, future. And so the gratitude and being able to say thank you and come back in the present and find something to be grateful for, which is probably a whole lot, and simple things. And like my body, thank you for my body. Thank you for being able to view this. Thank you for being able to talk or listen. Thank you for having someone in my life, etc. But that's active. Just the act of saying thank you. Really, just saying thank you is enough for me. And which leads into the practices for this foundation step 1. First practice is the simple act of saying hello and thank you to people. And it's very beneficial. And one of the reasons I do this is because saying hello to people allowed people to maybe smile and get out of whatever's going on with them. And it was a way for me to connect. And saying hello and thank you to people was a way for me to connect after times where I didn't feel like I could connect or trust people after the attack. And I'm probably not alone in that, where there's some trust issues. And so find out when it feels comfortable for you to just say hello and thank you to people. And we might be surprised on the outcome. And part of the thank you part is just recognizing that I'm not alone and cultivating gratitude. I say thank you a lot. Hundreds of times a day for whatever it is. Thank you for listening to me right now. And so that's the one informal practice. And remember, these practices are informal, but they're also done formally through the audio in the recording. So I suggest making sure you click below the videos to listen to all the videos and meditations and talks for each section in Foundation Step 1. Second one is walking with strength meditation. And this was and still is one of my favorite ones. It's like being active, kicking in endorphins as I walk. Walking has never failed me whenever I've felt depressed, angry, just, in my moods and feeling stuck. Taking a walk, a mindful walk, and connecting with my anchors and my surroundings is very powerful. So I'll take you through a walking meditation. And remember, once you just learn to build self-awareness through a mindful walking meditation with strength, then you start recognizing your own strength and you start developing your own practice and just tuning in with your environment as you walk, jog, skip, run, it doesn't matter, cycle. And then, which leads us to the main practice for foundation step 1. And this is the connecting with the anchors. And I want you to remember that there's 4 versions. And this is the foundation and the first main formal practice in my book because it's the most important in my mind to start building self-awareness, attention, and focus. So as the mind wanders, as it will do, we bring it back to our anchors. And that's the practice. And so we just go through each of the anchors to see which anchors resonate best with you. And so I've gone back and forth in anchors, and I'll share this, and you'll read about it. But I will leave you with a short anchor meditation. So thank you. So finding a focal point of awareness in your visual field, or completely closing your eyes and settling into a posture, either sitting, standing, lying down. Just settle in. Maybe sensing your feet on the floor or earth, hips in the chair or pressed against the floor. Sensing your core and your spine up to the shoulders. Sensing an erect and alert posture, a posture with confidence. And just bringing awareness to your posture and settling in, finding a comfortable posture. Now bringing the awareness from the posture to your breath. Sensing the inhale and exhale entering and exiting the nostrils. The inhale entering the chest and heart. The inhale entering through the core and to the pelvic region, and sensing the release on the exhale. Bringing the breath in through the nostrils to the pelvic region and out of the body. Bringing your awareness to the breath. Mind wanders. That's awareness. Bringing the awareness back to connecting and anchoring with your breath is attention and focus. And now letting the breath extend to the body. Breathing into the feet and ankles, into the lower legs and knees. Breathing into the upper legs. Breathing into the pelvic region and into the core. Bringing the breath into the back, the lower, middle, and upper back. Bring the breath over to the chest and rib cage. Breathing into the heart. Breathing into the hands, fingers, up the wrists and forearms to the elbows. Breathing into the upper arms, into the shoulders, neck and throat. Breathing into the mouth and into the face. And then bringing that breath into the body as a whole, into its borders. Sensing the expansion on the inhale And the drop on the exhale, the release. Mind wanders, bring it back to breathing into the body as a whole. Now bringing the awareness to sound. And now, bringing the awareness from sound back to the breath and connecting with the breath, entering and releasing from the nostrils, and on the inhale, sensing the expansion, and on the exhale, saying a thank you. Inhale, expansion, exhale, thank you. And reflecting, this may be a good time to welcome your commitment to yourself. I welcome you for your commitment to Foundation Step 1. And maybe setting a intention for this Foundation Step 1 after these key points. Then gently opening up your eyes, coming back to a focal point in your visual field, and thank yourself. And I thank you.